bought a house in an area of town called Washington Park. Bought an old 1928 bungalow. And I'd lived in my new old home all of about 2 days when there was a knock on the front door. I opened the front door, and standing there was my postal carrier. He said, "Good morning, Mr. Sanborn. My name is Fred. I'm your postman. I just stopped by to say welcome to the neighborhood and introduce myself." Now, I've been receiving mail all of my adult life. I can't ever recall a personal introduction to the postal carrier, but I thought it was a nice touch. I said, "Fred, thanks for stopping by." I said, "I am a professional communicator. I give presentations all over the United States and abroad." He said, "Well, that's important for me to know because if you speak professionally, then you travel a lot." I said, "Yeah, I'm typically on the road 180, 200 days a year." He said, "Great. If you'll just give me your calendar so that I know when you're in town. I'll hold your mail for you, I'll bundle it, and I'll only deliver it on the days that you're here to receive it." Now, I'd never had a choice of a la carte mail service before either. I said, "Fred, that's probably not necessary. I have a pretty big box nailed right here on the side of the house. Why don't you just leave the mail in the box? I'll pick it up when I come back into town." Fred said, "Well, let me point out, that's how burglars know you're out of town. Your box becomes full of mail, and it increases the likelihood that you might be robbed." He said, "Here's what I'd recommend instead." He said, "I'll be glad to put mail in your box as long as the lid closes. That way nobody will know that you're gone. Any mail that doesn't fit in your box, I'll put in between the screen door and the front door. Nobody can see it there. And if that area becomes too full of mail, I'll hold the rest of your mail for you until you come back into town." Now, Fred is more worried about my mail than I am. But I figure, he is the postal professional. I say, "Okay, Fred, let's try that." A couple weeks later, I'm coming back from a trip. As I'm unlocking my front door, I notice my doormat is missing. I figure chances are pretty good they're not ripping off doormats in Denver yet.